Before we get into this week's content, I wanted to share the details of a brand new resource I have created that's going to help you to map out a high ticket offer for your business. In this guide that I have created for you, I share exactly how to figure out what your next best-selling offer is, who the offer is for, how you're going to deliver it, the name of the offer, and your price point. I've created this because I understand it can feel really challenging to figure out what your next offer is going to be. So I wanted to share my process about how I create my best-selling offers. So when you download this free guide to mapping out your high-ticket offer, you will also receive some additional resources that are going to help you to create your high-ticket offer and get it out into the world as well. This is completely free for you. All you need to do is go down to the show notes and click the link, and it'll be winging its way to you. So let's get into today's content. Welcome to the Money, Mindset and Miracles podcast, helping you to grow predictable and scalable months of income from your business as gracefully as possible. I'm Rachel Smith, business coach, mindset expert, speaker, and the founder of the 5K Club. So something I was guilty of when I first came online was trying to do everything that I saw going on in the online world. Now, we're talking about 8 years ago. So I'd imagine if you are fairly new to running an online business, maybe in the last couple of years, I'd imagine the level of information that is available right now is like probably 10 times more than what I was consuming back when I was doing that. And I was just so excited. It was like, oh my God, this is like a brand new world. And with my creative kind of spirit, I wanted to consume all the content, anything that resonated with me. I was like, yes, I'm going to give that a go. So I was busy creating offers. I was doing all sorts of different launches. I was creating all sorts of different content. I was busy taking all the action. There's a problem with that though, which I discovered later on, and that is that when you are busy implementing lots of different things, it's really difficult then to figure out what is working. And I always remember one of my very first business coaches saying to me that one of the most important things that you need to do is to review what you are using, to review what you are currently doing in your business, in your marketing, so that you can analyze what is working really well, so you can do more of that, and for you to figure out what isn't working out, so you don't get 3 or 4 months down the road and thinking, oh my gosh, that hasn't worked, or I haven't been growing my audience, or something really significant that's going to hold you back. So I realized within kind of a couple of years that this kind of scattergun approach, however exciting it wasn't helping to grow my business because I had no idea what was working. And actually, in reality, I was pretty exhausted. So I realized that in order for me to grow, in order for me to keep being in love with running a business and being so excited about all of the possibilities that having an online business gives you, and because probably like you, I also have a very busy life outside of business, I wanted to make sure that I had complete clarity in my business about what is working so that I could really focus on doing more of that. So I just wanted to share in today's episode the changes that I made to my business that really transformed how I felt about business. It transformed my results as well. So here are the changes that I made to my business that allowed me to triple my income really gracefully. So the first thing that I decided to do was actually just kind of pause on all the running around, consuming all the content, and to actually figure out some quite significant things for myself. And in that, I became much more strategic about my business, and I became very intentional about growing my business as well. And there's a saying, I think I've probably shared it on a previous podcast, but I love it so much because it really summarizes this point really well. And it is, success isn't built by accident, it's built when you become intentional. And that's something that I think is really, really true, and something that really it was true for me and what I kind of stick with now. I decided to become more strategic and more intentional about my business. And one of the first things that I focused on was deciding what I wanted to be known for in this crazy busy online world. What was it that I wanted to be known for? So at the time, my niche was probably too vague. So I really got really clear about who I love to work with, what felt really easy, where my skills and expertise really kind of were in alignment to help and support those people. I also decided how I wanted to show up in my business, because when I had that scattergun approach to my business, I got really tired. I got really exhausted, and I wanted things to feel easier. I wanted things to feel simpler. And I also decided to really focus on like my unique set of skills and expertise, which was coaching, strategy and mindset. And then the next thing I decided to do was to become really clear about who I was here for. Who was my ideal client? Who is it that I love to work with, and where we're a really good fit? So all of those things sorted, amazing. Moved on to the next part of my strategy, which was about creating a really simple business model. And in this business model, it was about identifying the 3 different types of offers that I was going to focus on in my business. Offer number 1 was an entry point offer. So that's something that's low risk to your client, and it delivers like a solution to their biggest problem, and also is linked to what I want to be known for, and is also linked to all my following offers as well. The second offer is that I brought on board was a group offer. By this time, I'd been working really well. I'd grown at my audience. I had a loyal fan base. So it was the right time for me to bring on board a group offer. And that is one where I was working one-to-many, and it helped me to create a recurring income. So that became my baseline income. That was like that amount of money. If I didn't do anything else for the rest of the month, that amount of money was always going to come into my business. And the third area was an area that I had been kind of forgetting about for all sorts of different reasons. Most of them, and I will talk about this in another podcast, but one of the biggest reasons why I didn't actually bring this on board is that I had a lot of imposter syndrome when I first came online. And the offer that I realized was missing from my business model and from my business was a VIP offer, that kind of premium level offer. So I created that as well, because that allows a deeper level of transformation for my clients. It also allowed me to really inject income into my business, much needed income. And when you're creating like that premium offer, that VIP, that high ticket offer, you're only looking for a really small number of clients to actually work with, which makes it so much easier. All of that business model planning helped me to figure out my marketing, my messaging, and my price point. The next thing that I focused on was looking at, right, I've got all of that information now. I know who I am, who my ideal client is. I know what my business model looks like. I know what my offers are, my prices are. I have clarity about what my marketing is going to be, where I need to show up, where my audience shows up, how I'm going to grow my audience. I had all of that clarity. So the next thing that I needed to understand was when I was going to bring these 3 key offers to the marketplace. And that helps me to then clarify what my marketing messages are and what I needed to focus on. So once I understood that, I had a strategy. I had a method to grow my business. And by putting this in place, it allowed me to take action. It allowed me to measure what was working. So I had lots of metrics because I wasn't going all over the place. I was just implementing one strategy, and it allowed me to measure what was working really well in my business. And therefore, it also helped me to identify what wasn't working well. So much information comes from having that kind of clarity. The next thing is that it helps you to identify, like, if this is where you want to be, if these are the things that you're looking to bring to the market, where are you currently and what is the gap between where you are and where you want to be? And knowing that gap helps you with a number of things. It helps you to identify how you're going to close that gap. It helps you to identify, are there any other experts that you need to bring into your business to help you close that gap? It helps you to identify if there are any courses or qualifications that you need to undertake. So all of a sudden, your buying, your investment becomes very intelligent. And it also helped me to identify the gap within my mindset. So if I was, currently over here running around, doing everything, generating inconsistent amounts of income every month, but all of a sudden I was looking at elevating myself and my results over here to this next level, I had the opportunity to get my mindset into alignment with those new goals, with those new income targets, so that I felt like I was able to go forward and stand up as an expert and be consistent with my marketing and actually go out and sell these things with integrity, with passion, and with belief. And when all of those things were in place, and to be honest, it sounds like a lot, but it doesn't take long for you to figure those things out. You'll probably have some of those pieces already. Perhaps you already know who your ideal client is. Perhaps you already understand what your USP is. So all of those things, you can pull them together and actually start to create a strategy for yourself. Having this strategy helps you to quickly build your authority as well, so that people start to know who you are and what you do. Making referrals and collaborations work really well in your business. And then you get to create a loyal base of people who love what you do, and that just makes marketing so much easier. So I hope you found this useful. And if you are like me, where you are currently keeping yourself really busy by consuming all the content and trying to take all the action, but you're doing that without a clear strategy based on who you are, your vision, I want to encourage you to take a leaf out of my book and actually work this out for yourself. Or if you need any help with understanding what your next steps are in creating a strategy that helps you to grow your business and have that level of clarity every single day in your business, just DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'd really want for you to get this and to use it in your business so that you can become more strategic in your business and increase your revenue. Don't forget to download my complete guide to mapping out your high ticket offer, because maybe like me, that is something that's also missing from your business. And all of the links are available down in the show notes. So until next time, keep growing your awesome business. Bye for now.